majority of you said you want a whole man in your life who can provide, keep, and protect, right? So here's the question. How can you have one when you get up every day trying to be the best man you can be?
Woo! That was bars, though. That was bars.
No.
Let's hear what the dating coaches has to say about this one.
Well,
No.
if I was, well, no, I have an answer.
I think that you really get the woman that you create, right? And so, or the woman that you cultivate. It's kind of like, well, what kind of man were you that type of woman was even laying next to you? With that, right, did you make her feel safe? Were you consistent? Did you show up in a way that you have? Were you considerate? That's one of the largest form of intimacy is consideration. But that woman is a reflection of the household that you created. That woman is a reflection of the relationship that you created. So if you got a woman
What a mess.
that's waking up trying to be a man, something ain't right, baby.
That's crazy. Yo, instead of saying, listen, I don't know why, these people just make up things. They just make up things. And I get it. They live in their imagination. They're working off intellect. They think they're knowledgeable, but really, they have no knowledge because they're only speaking of the physical. They're not speaking spiritually, or they're not speaking of the spirit. But let's adjust this situation. This gentleman just said, listen, a lot of you women want a strong, masculine man that can provide for you, but yet you end up being these men that you're looking for. Great question. Because guess what? It stems from the home. It stems from how they were raised by their mother and their father, right? It could be that, the man was strong and he abused the mother. So the girl grew up being like, I don't want to be a weak woman, because she judged her mom and see that her mom was weak for not being able to stand up to the man for what she was doing to him. Of course, what the man was doing was evil. That's not a man. That's not a man. That's a male. That's an emotional male that was raised by his mother. And it could be the way too that the mom was the one that raised this woman to be masculine, because she was the one in charge of the family growing up, and the little kid judged her father and judged her mother, seeing, oh, I want to be just like my mother. And she judged her father, seeing that her father is weak. And she ended up in these situations where she's the one that runs the household, and she ended up just being with weak men, because that's what she know growing up as a kid. It was that her mom would just lead, and she's just naturally like that because of how her mom raised her to be masculine. So no, it's not the environment that man created for the woman. The woman was already that way, and the weak man that end up in that situation with this strong, independent, traumatized woman was the same. He was the same way before he met this woman. He was raised by a weak dad. So it stems from the home. Instead of saying, I don't know, they just create this facade, which is not going to help anything. Which is just crazy. Are you there for her? Are you emotionally catering to her? Which is not going to work, because emotions are from the devil. If you cater to the woman, she's going to see that you're weak. She's going to judge you. She's going to play God. And she's going to resent you for your weakness. And she's going to use your weakness against you. And anytime a man listens to the woman, he will suffer for it. Just like how Adam listened to Eve, because he was one with God. Adam was one with God, just like how Jesus was one with God. But Jesus didn't listen to the temptation when he went in the 40 days and the 40 nights in the temptation, in the wilderness, which is in the thoughts, and he got hungry. He didn't listen to it because he knew what was happening. He knew that the devil is a deceiver. He tells you what you wanted to hear and you feel good about it, then it leads you to destruction. And Eve listened to the serpent. It made her feel good. It made her feel empowered. Why should you? The devil's like, why you listen to Adam that listened to his father? Listen to me. If you eat from the tree of good and evil, you will become just like God. And we have become just like God. You're judging, but you're not God. That's the nature of the devil, the false self. You're pretending to be God when you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. When you get to know who you are, it will be amazing. But let me know what you think of this video.